If an active duty soldier becomes a fugitive, what do law enforcement officers need to do to catch him? Right now he is facing a crisis. One wrong move and he will be taken down. 3 hours ago, Matt tried to hitchhike to escape. Unfortunately, he is not good at dealing with strangers. As a result, he was reported by a waiter. The trackers immediately positioned themselves on the route Matt had to take, deployed a team to set up an interception. They also brought drones to provide aerial surveillance. They really gave the Marine Corps full respect. But soldiers have an extremely sharp sense of danger. The unease kept growing stronger. Matt decided to trust his instincts. A situation that seemed like a one-way trip was turned around inside the command center, then received the report of the failed operation. Such a well-planned mission ended in failure. Everyone's face turned grim. The commander was even more furious. Day 12. Matt was hiding in the mountains. His rational side told him if he stayed here, the trackers would never be able to catch him. His emotional side told him he couldn't miss his first Father's Day. The commander, who had been in similar situations, felt the same way. The analyst began to assess the possibility of Matt meeting his family. When he saw the group photo posted on social media, he already had the answer. But to meet his family, Matt had planned everything in advance. He trekked through the jungle and reached the bushes. This was the rendezvous point he had agreed on with his friend beforehand. Since there were no traces of communication, the trackers had no way of finding this place. His friend arrived right on time. The two met up. His friend dragged him into the nearby bushes. Matt told him the detailed plan. There was a monument not far away. That was where he would meet his family. His friend's job was to bring them there. Once the plan was confirmed, his friend drove him to another comrade's location, then turned around to pick up Matt's family. Without any solid leads, the trackers were stuck in a dilemma. At that moment, the commander made a decision, then immediately contacted the field team and ordered them to search all buildings around Matt's house. The intelligence officers instructed the team to monitor Matt's wife at home. The trackers mobilized all their forces, vowing to catch Matt. Meanwhile, Matt was leisurely showing off his pancake-making skills on the farm. But soon, his friend arrived with news, telling him his wife was under surveillance and couldn't leave the house. She would be late to the monument. After hearing this news, Matt decided to leave the farm and head to the monument to wait for his wife. This detour actually helped him avoid the trackers' search. Even though the team members were extremely dedicated and scoured every inch of the area, Matt had already slipped into the wilderness. Their efforts were all in vain. When they reported the result to the command center, they did not receive an order to withdraw. On the analyst's suggestion, reinforcements were already on the way. At this time, Matt reached the monument. He was lost in his thoughts when he heard a commotion. In this remote wilderness, a drone could only belong to the trackers. Matt stood up and walked toward the nearby woods. He knew the drone's weakness well. It couldn't distinguish between humans and bears using thermal signals. As long as he kept a steady pace and hid in the woods and quickly found cover, he could avoid detection effectively. The drone's battery died, and it was forced to return to base. Matt finally let out a sigh of relief. After this series of moves, the tracker's operation ended in total failure. Matt did not take the chance to escape. Instead, he hid by the side of the path, continuing to wait for his wife. As night fell, when his wife finally appeared, a loud whistle rang out. With his military training and skills, Matt escaped the tracker's siege once again.